All right, I think we are
We
live.
did it.
Woohoo!
Hello. How are you, ladies?
Hey, everybody. Hey, Michelle. Oh my gosh. Okay, I'm so excited. I've been talking about this, for a couple days now. We have one of my absolute favorite marketing experts in Southern Illinois here with us tonight. I'm going to go ahead and introduce myself. If you don't know me, my name is Brittany Brainstorm. I own the creative agency Brainstorm Boutique. And I have my sister, Casey, with me tonight, and she is a designer on my team and also a social media performance coach. But it's not about us tonight, and we're so excited because we have Michelle Sirles. She is vice president and owner of Rendleman Orchards with her husband, Wayne Sirles. And anyways, I'm just handing off. Michelle, I want you to introduce yourself and just let people know who you are if they don't know you, or if they do, they might learn something new.
Sure. I'm Michelle Sirles and live in Alto Pass with my husband, Wayne Sirles. And we run his family's longstanding operation, Rendleman Orchards, since 1873.
Wow.
So we are entering our 148th season this year. And we're
my gosh.
Yeah, we're really excited about it. And Wayne and I are the 5th generation to run his family's operation. So it's
How cute.
5th generation. That's what you said.
Yes. Yes.
Wow. Oh my goodness.
Yes. There's very few businesses that last that long. I learned when we went through our generation transition, and we used a consultant to help us through that process. And so, it was a long kind of handoff of batons, and it was interesting to learn more about our business and the statistics behind that.
Wow.
Oh my gosh. I may be an artist, but I love numbers, and I would love to have some nerdy statistics talk about that. That's amazing. I didn't think about the process of handing off a business from one generation to the next. Okay, so how long have you guys been the ones running the show?
Well, Wayne and I both graduated from Southern Illinois University, Carbondale.
Salukis!
Exactly. And that's where we met. And I got my degree in graphic design, and Wayne, of course, got his in agriculture.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. And then
did you guys meet at SIU? Not to cut you off, but
yeah.
Aww.
We got a Saluki love story.
Actually, it's a 3rd generation Saluki love story, because Wayne's parents met there and his grandparents met there.
Stop.
And all of them operated the farm. So we're a 3-generation Saluki couple family.
Oh
So,
my gosh. I'm in love.
He knew he was going to SAU to get married. He knew it right off the bat.
Maybe, but I always joke him. I'm like, shouldn't you have chose somebody else other than a graphic designer? Somebody that was used to working outside and knew more about the production side of it.
You balance that out, right? With the creative spirit. I'm biased though. Completely biased. Russell Williams just commented. He said, "Yay, Michelle." Russell, thanks so much for watching with us tonight. If you got any questions for Michelle, make sure you leave them on the Brainstorm Boutique Facebook broadcast. So, okay, sorry, Michelle, I interrupted you because I had to know if you guys met. So you guys met at SAU, and then
I moved back. We met our very last semester with just months to go, and
oh my God.
I already had a job in St. Louis waiting for me, and so I moved back to St. Louis, where I was from, and was working at an ad agency. And he came back to the farm immediately upon graduation. So he knew he always wanted to do this his whole life. And it was definitely in his blood. And so we dated long distance for about 7 months, and then we got married, and I moved to the farm.
Oh my gosh.
How was that? Moving from St. Louis to farm life,
Well, shocking.
How are you?
Shocking. When I moved here, it was very, it was fun. It was fun and funny. I had never lived in a town this small as Alto Pass,
Yeah.
350.
Oh my gosh.
Wonderful people though. And I had a lot to learn about country life. And I think the biggest adjustment was how far I had to go for groceries. And
Yep.
the first time I came home with groceries, I literally spent like $380 for the two of us for a week. And Wayne was asking me why we needed like 8 cottage cheese and 4 sour cream. And I was like, Wayne, that grocery store is so far. I can't imagine going back there anytime soon.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Okay, real quick. Russell Williams, he commented masterminds, Michelle and Wayne.
Aw.
Yes. Yes, we're both students of Russell's.
Oh, that's cute.
Awesome. Well,
Yeah.
we love Russell over here. So I want to be in Russell's mastermind. Okay. But it hasn't worked out for me yet, but it's going to.
It will.
So you moved to the farm and you were working at an ad agency, you're a graphic designer, all of these things. You didn't go working straight on the farm though, whenever you guys got married, right?
No, I didn't. I started out in newspaper and I did
wow.
outdoor graphic design for billboards.
Cool.
I've worked for a promotional products company for years and did their marketing and human
wow.
resource. And then I worked for the healthcare system here and did marketing and fundraising for their foundation.
Oh,
So
wow.
seem to use my design and marketing skills to further advance revenues. So it kind of lended itself well when I finally joined the family business.
Yeah, what a career.
I love that. Okay. I should say, like, I didn't know that about you with the foundation and that kind of stuff. You and I just always seem to have a lot of similarities, and it just makes me
Yes.
so excited because I just want to add, like, getting a degree in graphic design can really take you in a lot of different directions. And I just love like seeing where you are because it's just really inspiring to me because I'm like, there really like is so much potential of what can be done if you have a creative mind.
Yes, that's very true. And at first, when I moved here, I was a little bit stressed about that because I was moving to a very rural area. There were not big ad agencies here, and I, always thought that I would be working for a large marketing or ad firm, and so that was a little bit worrisome when I moved here. And I just didn't realize how much I would use that degree in so many facets and how I would use that, all the time in, every role I've been in. You always want to make something look nicer. You always want to market it better. And marketing always turns into revenue dollars. So
that's right.
That's always a goal in business. So honestly, I have used it a lot.
Yeah, I have a
love
question.
that.
So the farm has been around, you said 148 years.
Mm-hmm.
Were you able, so did you do marketing for Rendleman Orchards? Like, were you able to like use that?
Yes. So
okay.
That's how I kind of started. When I first got here, the first thing I did on the side was create a logo because at that time they were just called RO brand on their boxes.
Oh my gosh.
And so they asked if I would create the logo, and we incorporated their famous RO brand on the box and used that logo then when we opened our farm market 18 years ago. I was working full-time elsewhere, but I did that on the side, and that logo's everywhere on all of our packaging and all of our marketing. And so I was able to do all of those fun marketing pieces while I was still working elsewhere. And so I kind of gradually dipped my toe in the family business just on the side, and
I
then
love that.
Wow.
So,
full time.
so like they weren't marketing before you were like before you came into the family, or did they do any marketing? Like, were you able to pull any inspiration from like when they first started in order to like create campaigns in your logo, or were you just like fresh minded?
It
This
was
is what
it was
I want.
pretty new to the farm, because when I joined the farm, they were probably 98% wholesale or 99%
Wow.
wholesale, and
Okay.
so they sold to big box produce buyers, and we didn't have the retail side of the business. And so the first step was creating the logo for our entrance, and also creating the logo, and then designing the actual boxes for wholesale. And then and then when we opened the farm market is when we really started investing some marketing time and dollars behind it. And it was just a lot different business back then. But what I was able to use is the history. And honestly, that's the number one thing that sets our farm apart from any other operation like ours, is the longevity of it, and the history we have, and the history that we still have here. A lot of farms, of course, are multi-generation. One thing I think that's special about Rendleman Orchards is that we still have almost everything. We still have the old packing shed from the early 1900s. We have a newer one that we actually pack in, but the old one is still standing. We still maintain it and use it. I'm in the original farmhouse right now from 1873, and we've converted it to office space over the last several years. And we have all the old migrant homes still on the farm, and we try to maintain. This year we have spent quite a bit of time and resources on painting and renovating the outside of this original farmhouse. So it's going to be really nice to kind of unveil that this summer.
That is so cool.
Oh my gosh, that's so exciting. Okay, I got a comment on my personal page. Jessica Stearns commented and says, "Love this so much." We love Jessica. Thank you for tuning in, Jessica.
That's so nice.
We'll get to her later, actually, and we'll talk about some of the things that you do. So when we talked about, the history of the farm, which is exciting to know, in 2 years you're going to be celebrating your 150th, which is
sesquicentennial. So I'm kind of already thinking about things in my head for that, and what that would look like. And that is a big celebration for our family. And it's also a big celebration of the generations before us that built this business, and everything that they've done to make this possible for our generation. And then I really do think it's a celebration of the industry that's here in Southern Illinois, which a lot of people don't realize, that Union County is the most diverse specialty crops raised in the state of Illinois, right here in Southern Illinois. So it's going to be a big celebration for this industry, I think.
I can believe it. And it's so beautiful out there.
Thanks.
It really is. Beautiful. My mom's from Cobden. She grew up in Union County. So, we love any opportunity to go and visit there,
And we love seeing you come out. That's the best part.
I gotta come out.
I know, it'll be fun.
Now that I'm down here.
Exactly.
I'm excited.
Yes. Oh, we got a couple
regular like the rest of your family.
Yes.
Yes, we got a couple of comments. I just want to make sure we recognize those as we go along. Jessica Carr says, "Hey ladies." Jessica, thank you so much for watching with us. We're so happy to have you here. Natalie Liu, who I absolutely love, she's the owner of Fringe and Free in Texas, commented, "Can I come visit?" And
anytime.
and she says, I want a flower farm. Can I come visit? I want a flower. Yes, Natalie. Yes, you gotta come visit us. We would love that. She is such the sweetest
her
person.
macrame flower vases.
Yes.
Oh my gosh. She
so
is
pretty.
She's done some really beautiful things with florals. So okay. I just feel like I have so much I want to talk to you about. So if I seem all over the place, you're going to have to reel me in, guys. But so we talked about coming to the farm, the history of the farm, which is really, really important. And, you know, you're talking about, you're already thinking about the things you're going to do for the 150th. I'm sure some things you're going to want to keep secret. So I can't wait to hear about it when that comes to light. But I just want to talk about that, bringing that modern marketing to Rendleman's, because I've seen over the years, like the evolution of your marketing. And if you want to kind of walk us through that, you know, whatever you feel like you want to share, we would love to hear that. And I think it would inspire others.
Sure. So when I joined the farm 6 years ago, I was looking for a kind of a career change. Things had changed in our life. Our kids had gone off to college and we were empty nesters, and I wanted to be on the same schedule as Wayne. And so when I got here, the first thing I did was start helping Wayne with the marketing of the wholesale side of the business. Which I think a lot of people don't really realize that we have that side of the business, and that takes some marketing. And we definitely had to use some new avenues of marketing to younger buyers, because a lot of our buyers were aging, and we had to reach out to new opportunities and do that in a different way. And so I love that part of it. I really do love to market to the wholesale buyers.
Do you mind me asking, could you clarify like what wholesale means to your industry?
Buying and selling produce to companies, businesses, food distributors, big box stores that are buying in massive quantity, like by the truckload. And so it's at a cheaper price because of the volume that they're buying. And so they can turn around and sell it in the grocery or sell it to restaurants, and get it in our school systems and healthcare systems, things like that.
Cool.
Awesome. Oh, Kayla Bradar left a comment. She's my accountant, and I absolutely love Kayla. She says, family businesses with rich history are so special. Can't wait to see what the next 50 years look like at the orchard.
Me too.
Yes. Thank you so much for commenting and watching, Kayla. So you guys, so those of us that are local, we are experiencing your retail side, right?
Yes.
And so there's just this whole other business that you're, and I bet those messages are completely different. You know, we can go obviously as in detail as you want, but when you came in, you were doing mainly marketing for the wholesales, what you were saying, and then what happened next?
And then I slowly started working in the farm market with Wayne's mother and learning that side of the business from her, because she had built that up for 12 years and gave a really strong foundation with all of the processes and the systems that were already there when I joined, and most of the product, which I did get to help out with that early on. When I wasn't working at the farm, I was always looking at product and going to industry trade shows and things like that. But I was actually in it full time then. And then about a year later, I assumed that responsibility and do that full time along with the wholesale and the bookkeeping here. But yeah, we had to really look at how we were going to interact with our local community to stay relevant and to bring the new generation out to the farm. And, you know, people just are consuming their fruits differently. They're not canning as much. They're wanting it more fresh, and fresh eating, or Pinterest type recipes, or very into the health and fitness type recipes. So we really needed to rethink if we wanted to continue to draw a following out there and have a local community come to the farm, what we were going to do to attract a younger audience and gain more folks coming.
Well, you've absolutely done that.
Thank
Completely
you.
have done that. Oh, Kayla Bradar left another comment. I think this is in response to Natalie's, but she said, you would love it. Seriously, one of the best places. Okay. Natalie actually has a question. She said, do you have,
Oh,
I
shoot.
think we lost you for a second.
Yeah, you
You're
did.
good.
Sorry, I'm coming back.
We can still hear you, so it's all good. I'll go ahead and ask the question. Oh, well, Natalie, stand by. When we get Michelle back, we will, here she is. Gotta love technology. There we go. I think we're bringing it back.
I apologize.
We got, oh, you're good. This is, gotta love technology, right? I'm gonna be back in the middle. All right. So Natalie is asking, whoop, do you have any advice on maintaining healthy and loving family relationships when you're working together so closely and for the long haul?
Love that
That's
question.
a really good question. Wow.
That's a very good question. Is my camera on?
Yep. We
Okay.
can see you
Yes,
and
we
hear
can
you
see
great.
you. You're,
Okay, great.
You're great.
Well, that is why we actually hired a generation transition consultant. They actually help with that and kind of walk you through the steps. But honestly, that is probably the most difficult and challenging part of family farming. It's a big threat to family farms actually nationwide and even in family businesses. But the difference in family farming is you live there too. You're not going to the family business and then going home at night. You're all living there. You know, you have your own houses, but you're all on the same property. And sometimes you have 3 generations all working at one time, which we do, you know.
Wow.
Wayne's parents, and then Wayne and I, and then our children worked here, and also our niece and nephew. So it's definitely a challenge, but you know, if you want to continue it, the business has to be a really strong focus. And that's one thing the consultant shared with us, is that most family businesses really put the emphasis on the business, and then the family dynamics just have to kind of work itself out and fall into place the way they do.
That's really good advice, Michelle. Thanks for that Natalie question. Thank you for that question, Natalie.
One thing that's funny though is working with my husband for the first time, after about 2 months, I said, you know, Wayne, I hardly ever see you at work during the day. And he said, maybe that's on purpose. But
Hey,
we have plenty of acreage, I think, to have our own spaces and plenty to do here to kind of stay in our own lane.
You know, I bet there are times you could probably work a whole week and not see each other at work, really, if you think about it.
Right.
Except, you know, getting together for lunch and things like that. I will say, I'll have to add a little, with the whole pandemic, I've been working from home for over a year now. And my husband's kind of like, so when does this come to an end?
Exactly.
He works from home. So I kind of like, you know, just things shifted a lot.
You know, actually, I have thought a lot about that, because so many couples now are working from home together in a same quote office space, and that wasn't planned, just, or a choice just kind of thrown on them. And you know, the news has been broadcasting about how that's put stressors on families, and you know, that is kind of like a family business where you're put into a working environment, and then families grow, and
Yeah.
you may gain a brother-in-law or a sister-in-law or daughter-in-law, son-in-law, and they want to join the business, and it's not something you necessarily plan. It's just kind of happening organically as join the family. Families continue to grow.
Wow, that's amazing. And you guys, your family seems to be very tight knit. And
yeah, we do a lot together here, and like I said, we're from a small town, and so even some of the aunts and cousins have lived around here and do live around here, and come to the farm and visit a lot. So
I love
That's
that.
crazy.
That
I'm
is
curious
awesome.
about the generational, what was that? The intergenerational transition coach or something?
Yeah,
What was it title?
The transitional generation coach. Yes.
So they come in and they help like the last generation pass the torch, or they help the generations work together?
Both. They have all different aspects. I found it to be a fascinating process.
Wow.
And they are
That's
actually,
a cool job to have.
Yeah, they are actually psychologists, and we had to find them in St. Louis. And so they'll even take the younger generation that just joins the family and coach on, just kind of leveling them up, teaching them leadership, teaching them professionalism, because a lot of family businesses don't have the structure, and they'll help put structure in there for the generations to be able to work better together, or even the couple dynamics. They'll help couples work easier together and understand each other's styles.
That's so cool.
Yeah, they do all kinds of stuff. It was very interesting, and they actually interviewed each one of us separately and tried to learn what each one of us wanted to do in the business and what we enjoyed doing and what we were actually good at. And then made sure that all four of us were brought back together, and that we were all on the same page, and that we were all in agreement of who would do what and how long the transition would take. And it was very interesting.
Wow.
And you
That's
feel like
amazing.
that like worked? Like you felt like it was just like a really good investment for you guys?
Oh, yes, because
I love that.
I say all the time, it was actually a big investment, and but I say all the time, with 4 family members working together and 3 working cohesively for 30 years, and then all of a sudden you bring in an in-law that has experience from 25 years prior. It does cause a lot of change, and a lot of new ideas, or even just things change when you add another person. And so it was definitely needed, for sure.
That's so cool.
I love that. That's so awesome.
Very interesting.
I have so I'm actually getting some comments over on my personal broadcast. They don't feed through the platform like my business. So my mom, she commented and says, "Hello, Michelle." She says, "Love going to Rendleman's for Brittany's birthday to get a peach smoothie." Okay, that's my birthday tradition. I have to go there on my birthday. But we'll talk about that a little bit later. We talk about your retail side.
I love
and
that.
then I feel so bad because I'm probably going to mispronounce this name.
It's Regala, I bet.
Regala. Okay. I'm so sorry, Regala. I'm so bad at pronunciation sometimes with names. She says such important perspective on multi-generations working and living together and balance. I love that you brought a consultant so important and thoughtful. That is so true. Thank you so much for leaving a comment, Regala. And if you have any other questions, definitely comment. I'm checking my personal one as well. So while we got Michelle.
Regala has helped our family a lot, because she works for the Specialty Growers Association for the state. And We
Well,
work closely with Illinois Farm Bureau and Regala, and she's wonderful. And she's used to working with all different kinds of farm families that raise all different kinds of crops and have all different kinds of personalities or challenges
Wow.
in their businesses.
that is
That's
so cool.
amazing. We don't
Yeah.
really think about all the different kinds of crops that are done, across the country for one, but especially in our state, especially in Southern Illinois, because we are so rural and there's so many, opportunities for literal growth with, our farm industries and all of that. And so you guys only, okay, you focus on apples and peaches and nectarines,
Yeah.
and you do pumpkins.
Yeah.
And do you do any other produce type of stuff, or is that your main focus?
That is our main focus, and that's everything that we grow right now. When I joined the family 31 years ago, they were raising vegetables on a large scale for the wholesale business, and did that, prior to me coming. And then also, it wasn't as much as our peaches and apples, but it was a lot of vegetables. And then we did that for the whole 30 years until last year was the first season that we did not raise a single vegetable here.
Wow. Okay. Well,
Yeah.
okay.
And that's all part of adjusting and part of the challenges of farming. We had a lot of rains the 2 years prior to that, and so we were just losing a lot of vegetables and having to replant, and the quality wasn't there because we just had too much rain here in Southern Illinois. And then also our country is now being flooded with really cheap vegetables from out of the US. And so that actually, we can't compete with that cheap labor outside of the US. And so Wayne and I had talked about it, and we said, we don't want to raise it for fun. It's a ton of work. And, we couldn't make money at the vegetables right now. We always say never, but it actually worked out. Things seem to work out. They're scary decisions to make, but I kept telling Wayne, if we're not spending our time on all those vegetables, we'll spend it doing something else. And that's, what really helped us expand our farm market and the retail side of our business. And it also really helped us diversify our business. And so now we're about 70% wholesale and 30% retail. So that's wonderful.
Wow. That's awesome. Okay, we got another comment here. People love you, okay? Rhiannon Storm says, Michelle and Wayne are the best. We absolutely agree with you on that. Thank you for watching, Rhiannon, and for leaving a comment. So the retail side is like my favorite. I absolutely love that because that's where you get to really engage with your customers. You guys have, so anyone who's watching, like Natalie in Texas and, people like that who don't know, what all you do for the community and for that customer engagement. Like, I just want you to talk about that retail experience that you had with building the retail and then marketing that to the community.
Yes. So this is our 18th year. And so we've been building on it gradually since the inception of it. And over the years, continued to add things. And that's how our pumpkin patch came along when Wayne's mother was running it. She came up with the infamous peach smoothies and apple cider donuts. And so
I love those.
Yeah, so she is a huge cook and baker, and so that's where she really started building a whole new clientele and new products that would draw people to the farm market and sell more peaches and apples while they were there. And all of us researched and what different new products we wanted to add and what products we could have made out of our produce. And so we did apple butter and apple sauces and those kinds of things, and apple cider. And like I said, then we had the You Pick pumpkin patch where people were coming out the whole month of October and actually walking over to the patch and picking pumpkins with their families. And then I think what people know us for more recently during peach and apple season is the flower fields that we've
Yes.
added. It's been new.
I love your flower fields. Oh my goodness. Okay, actually, one thing I want to specify too, in case people don't realize this, since you do have that wholesale side, you are not a You Pick apple and peach farm. Like
Right.
there's some
Correct.
rules with that, right?
Correct. And that's probably one of the most confusing things to our retail customers because we are in such a rural area that we have harvest crews and we have a huge wholesale side to our business. And so we actually have contracted harvest crews. So we can't allow other people to come in and pick the fruits. And then also we are globally food safety certified, and that certification does not want the general public in where our food is grown because the top priority is food safety and health. And so we do not offer You Pick peaches and apples like other smaller farms that you might have visited closer to larger metropolises where that is the largest part of their business is You Pick fruit. So
Yeah. That's okay. I wanted to specify that because I didn't want someone like rolling up and like, hey, I'm here to get my peach fresh from the tree. You know, it is fresh from the tree. It's just you can't personally go and pick it. And obviously for many, many great reasons why, for the health and the safety of your consumers. So I absolutely love that. But so you have the You Pick pumpkin patch and the You Pick or You Cut flower fields.
Both, yeah.
Whoa, you can pick from the flower field?
Yeah, so we have You Pick flower fields, and we added those 3 years ago. So that is actually fairly new addition to our retail side of our business, and it has really expanded our reach, especially in social media. There's hardly anything better than standing in a full acre of flowers in bloom and having your picture.
That's cool.
Yeah, so that has opened us up to a whole different audience.
Do you have to buy tickets for that, or can you just like, oh, I'm here, I'm gonna pick some flowers? Like,
exactly, you can just show up and pick.
Really?
So, yes. So
how cool.
Yeah, 3 years
during
ago.
business hours, though, right?
Yes, exactly.
Yeah, you can't creep up on the farm at night.
Are exactly. Well, and we have an off season and some people don't realize that. So right now we're closed for the season and our property is closed to the public, and we will open at the end of June once we start harvesting peaches. And then we're open 7 days a week, 9 to 5, and then at 5 p.m. we close for the day, and people can come out any day of the week that they want from end of June all the way to October until Halloween.
Okay, Michelle, I'm
actually so bad.
Okay, I'm actually going to bring up your Instagram, the ones that people tag you in pictures, because I want people to understand like what we're talking about here. Like you had an amazing okay, what is this called? It was like a gourd tunnel or something like that.
I had been wanting to do a gourd tunnel for a while, and finally convinced Wayne last year after he saw the just the overwhelming response and popularity to the zinnia field edition. He was willing to invest some time and energy into learning how to do a gourd tunnel and then executing that. And it turned out really great. People loved it. And I loved actually going home at night and looking on our Instagram and looking up hashtag Rendleman Orchards and seeing everybody's photos from the day. And I mean, I saw bride and groom's photos out there, and I didn't even know the bridal party stopped by because it was so busy. And so it's fun to
my gosh,
get surprised with some of that. Yeah.
Oh, hey, we got Jessica Stearns here from Caffeine Until Cocktails.
Yeah.
She does an amazing, like, she's such an amazing local blogger and influencer. She really shares the message of Southern Illinois and all the cool businesses here. So I love this picture. I think Savannah Kathleen took this. I love Savannah's work. She does gorgeous work. And they look like they had so much fun out there, just doing a photo
Yes.
shoot and enjoying the whole experience. Jessica Card just commented, the zinnias are gorgeous. Absolutely. I got to show your zinnia field. Casey, girl, I'm glad you're back in the area because we're going to definitely be going there. I love, love, love all the different
That's
types of,
so pretty.
all the
Thank
people,
you.
all the families who are just out there, like, enjoying nature.
Yes.
Oh my
Yeah.
god.
And the farm. This is so cute. Oh my gosh.
And there's so much to
That
do
is
in
the
Alto
cutest.
Pass too. Like when you think of like just like a day, you can plan a day so fast in Alto Pass.
Yeah, I like to call it the smallest town with the biggest views.
Oh yeah.
There, every business that you go to in Alto Pass to enjoy has a fabulous view. All the vineyards and the
Yeah.
cross and everything that you have to do around here. There's Cliffview
Oh my
Park.
gosh, it's so cute.
Yeah, Quiddle Trail. There's so much to do here.
Yeah. It's just an unbeatable area in Southern Illinois because
Yes.
everything's just so flat in the middle until you hit Southern Illinois, and then there's all these beautiful bluffs and all that stuff. And then it's just like, I've always loved visiting Cobden with my mom and going to like the Peach Festival and all that stuff. It's just like such a really great community.
Yeah,
It really is.
We agree. We are very fortunate to be part of the community here in Cobden and Alto, and the folks right here in Union County are probably our biggest supporters and cheerleaders, and we see them all the time out here at the farm, and they, you know, tout local and they put their money where their mouth is, and we feel that love a lot from our local community for sure.
Yeah. It is a supportive
love
bunch
that.
of people, definitely.
Yes, yes. And you mentioned Caffeine Until Cocktails. She's working with us right now. And
Is she?
yes, she's doing the Tour de Southern Illinois.
Yes.
One of her 24 small businesses that she's highlighting this week. So
Cool.
She is under a big undertaking with that. I want to win so bad, but there's a lot of competition.
yes, a lot of
She's
great
giving-
prizes.
Yeah, it's like $1,500 worth of local prize, like, giveaway, and it's going to go to one person, is my understanding.
Yes.
Like, one person is going to get the Southern Illinois experience. Anyone who's watching who's not from Southern Illinois, you have to come and visit us. We are spread out, you know, all these wonderful towns kind of sprinkled around, but together we're really powerful and we do a lot of cool stuff.
And there's a lot of fabulous VRBO and Airbnb cabins here. A lot.
We're affordable down here. Come check us out.
Yes.
Okay, so I want to talk about this too, because well, hang on. Can't see me because my square is too small, so I'll show it later. But you did this t-shirt during the pandemic, right? At the beginning of it, or how did that work? The Farmers Are My Kind of People campaign. Tell us about that.
Yeah, that happened early on, right when the pandemic hit. I was watching the news one morning, and just like days after they shut everything down in our country and around the world. And at that particular time, mid-March, in the South, they were already harvesting their crops, the farmers down there, and they had images of farmers down in Florida just literally dumping truckloads and truckloads of fresh produce. And it was because all of their sales channels had dried up. You know, all of the restaurants were closed. There was no events. Schools were closed. Everything was closed. People were not eating out and people were not going into the office. And so people were eating at home. And so there was a big distribution issue for food. A lot of people thought it was a food shortage, but it was mainly a food distribution issue. And it broke my heart, being farmers ourselves. And, you know, my heart was racing, worrying about what was going to happen to us, I was thinking immediately, you know, what are we going to do with all these apples in the fall if schools aren't open? And I hope we can open our farm market this year. What if we can't open our market? And I was scared to death. And so I just, you know, immediately thought about those family farms down in the South. I at least had a few months to hope and to prepare and to get ready for it and start thinking of other avenues, because some of our wholesale accounts changed dramatically. And but we had months to kind of prepare for that, whereas those harvesting in the South did not, and they were dumping what they had worked so hard for and their whole livelihood. And so right immediately, farmers in our country took center stage in the media, and we were deemed number 2 under healthcare workers as essential workers.
Yeah.
Wow.
And everybody has to have food to survive. And so I just started thinking about how to continue that message and push that message to the forefront, that farmers are working day in and day out. And when others might have stayed home and gotten to, you know, feel a little bit safer at home and protect themselves from the virus, farming didn't stop. Every single farmer and all of their family members were still going to the farm and working and producing despite risks, and not just the family, but all of our workers. We never had a single worker complain or want to stay home. Every single one of our workers showed up every single day for us. And so I just wanted to kind of push that message forward, that farmers are essential and local food is more important than ever. You know, the scarcity on the shelves at the grocery store really pushed the farmer to the forefront in our nation. And so I wanted to help that message and came up with that slogan with the help of my older daughter, who was home. Hillary was working from home. She works in agriculture, not here at the farm, but she does work in agriculture. And it's very near and dear to her heart. She services farmers up in the Minnesota area. And so she and I came up with the slogan and the design and the t-shirt, and worked with a local printer who made that design come to life. And
I love that.
It's great.
Literally printed thousands and thousands of shirts. As we put them up on our online store, they just started selling gradually, and then just picking up momentum really quickly. And then other farmers from all over the US started buying them and wearing them on their Instagram and social media, and helping us get that message out. And we wanted to donate the proceeds from that shirt to the American Farm Bureau, that educates the public on the importance of growing food and what, you know, how important that is in your everyday life.
That's amazing. Okay, so I want to tell everyone, like, go to rendlemanorchards.com. I have the link in this post, but I'll tag I'll put the link directly to the shirt. But if you go to their website, go shop online. It is right here in their apparel. I also have the Road Trips and Donuts shirt. That's like my favorite. But Farmers Are My Kind of People is such a great shirt. It's $20. That includes the shipping. Make sure you get one. Like, everyone needs to have this shirt. Farmers are very, very important. And, you know, I think the pandemic has definitely shown us, like, who, you know, what is very important to our communities. And I think you did a wonderful job of creating a campaign organically, and then just watching it grow. Like, I know I was seeing it everywhere, and then I'd go out, like, to TJ Maxx or something. Well, okay, for a while we weren't going anywhere, but whenever we started going places, I remember seeing a lady, I think it was in Home Goods, when I finally got to go to the new Home Goods. She was so cute. Like, she had this cute, like, duster cardigan. She had her skinny jeans and these boots, and she had my Farmers My Kind of People. And I remember texting you, and I'm like, I just saw your shirt in real life.
Yes, and it was so fun to see everybody posting the shirt, and we immediately came up with a marketing postcard that we put in with every shirt talking about our multi-generation farm and how much it means to us and how much it means to us to provide fresh fruit. And then on the back, we asked them to take a photo and tag us, and it was exciting to see so much support for the farmers across the U.S.
I'm just gonna say, like, that shows so much about your creative thinking and ability to like see an opportunity to help and an opportunity to spread a message. And you're this very successful family farm in Alto Pass, a small community, and you reached people all over the country with that message. I think that's absolutely incredible.
Yeah, that's amazing.
Thank you. Yeah, we had a lot
people
of help
from
very, very supportive farmers that touted that shirt for us. And honestly, that was the largest number of influencers that I worked with as well. And it really taught me the power of influencers and the type of platform anyone can have to do good on social media. And that was so eye-opening to me as well.
That is so true. Okay, so let's talk about influencers, because I don't think people would think of a farm partnering with social media influencers, and you've done that, and it's been really good. Like, when we were looking at your Instagram, Torin Lee, she's, I think she's out of Kentucky. She's a very well-known influencer in the Instagram world, and she was at your farm enjoying your fields and getting gorgeous photos taken for her Instagram. How has that been for you to make those relationships?
Honestly, it has really been wonderful, and it's great because an influencer is a social media influencer is their own business owner. That is their business. And so it truly is small business owners working with small business owners to promote each other. And then when they take their photos here and they wear our shirt and they post it and they tag us, I'm going to share it with my followers, who then learn about them. All of their followers, of course, learn about our product, but also our farm. And it's such a powerful tool, and it's definitely the current way to really sell a lot of product and also gain followers for your farm and your business. And it's also fun. I've loved every single one of them that I've worked with. They're so generous and kind, and I love what they're doing. And I've actually become friends with most of them. So
that's wonderful.
Aww.
Yeah.
Okay. So another thing I want to talk about too, and this is what I absolutely love about you and, and Rendleman's, is you guys collaborate with so many other businesses. And I know this year, I think it changed a little bit, but the previous year you had the boutiques at the farms. You had a bunch of, and like, people don't realize that, yes, fashion can be at the farms, and you have food trucks at the farms and all kinds of other things. When did that start? Like, what inspired that, and how do you feel like it's helped your business?
Well, the very first year that we had the sunflower field, we, didn't know anything about that and what that would really bring to our business. And the very first weekend that the sunflowers were blooming and that we opened it for you pick, my husband came into the farm and he was out, harvesting apples with all of the guys. And he came in the market and asked me, said, "Why is everybody in here so beautiful today?" and I cracked up and I said, "Wayne, they're all in their Instagram outfits. They're getting their picture with the sunflowers." And he just could not wrap his head around getting all dressed up and going out and getting your pictures out in sunflowers. And it just kept happening day after day after day, the entire time they were in bloom. And we were seeing people in these gorgeous dresses and prom dresses, homecoming dresses, big floppy hats, brides to be. And it was so fun to see. I loved seeing everybody's fall outfits. And so right then I thought, wow, it's so fun to see the latest fashions here. And I would love to get some of these local small boutiques that really serve a wide audience and fill such a niche in our area for us. I'd love to get them out here, and that it could be such a great synergy between two industries that you would never think that would go together, because everyone thinks of a farmer with a straw hat and a pair of overalls. So I really,
which is in, by the way.
Exactly.
They're wearing that on the runway. They really are.
Circle back and trending.
Yeah.
So I just thought it would be fun to take very unlikely industries and do a mashup and a collaboration, and they help us and we help them, and all of their followers learn about our business and all of our followers learn about theirs. And plus, I just love all the boutique owners. I've gotten to know them because I like to shop their store and shop local. And it was just a great fun time, and it was very successful.
Yeah, I feel
that
like
is so wonderful.
Anytime a business establishes themselves as a hub for other people to come in and to bring in more audiences, and then also as like a supportive hub to bring in other businesses, then they become kind of like their own community center where you also support them and spend your money there. And then you want to come back to see what else happens. And I feel like that's like something that I want to see more of. I want to see more businesses that are established be like, hi, I'm Mama. Come here. Come here and sell. I'm Mama.
You know, I do feel a little bit of a responsibility to our community and to new small businesses that open up, exactly for that reason that you just said, Casey, because you know, Wayne and I did not build this on our own. We've had 4 generations of successful family members that poured their blood, sweat, and tears into this business, and we just built upon it. And so, you know, we've had help. And so I feel like when I see these young entrepreneurs risking their finances, risking you know, just being very vulnerable, starting something, I really want to lend a hand and try to help in any way I can to help another business owner and entrepreneur succeed. And I do feel that responsibility because we've had help.
Well, that definitely shows like in your leadership in the area. And actually, I got a comment on my personal page from someone we both love, and we have to talk about her collaborating with your business. Lindsay Stockhecky with Deliciously Ordinary. She says, Michelle Sirles is such an inspiring woman. Southern Illinois is so lucky to have her here to bring so much magic. And that is so true. But you two together create so much magic. Am I correct in that?
That is very kind and generous words. And I just truly adore working with Lindsay. It is one of the highlights of my season. We've already met last week to plan for fall.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, so that started up because Lindsay actually had created a women's networking group, which I got to know her through that and through social media. And it was a way for women to promote their businesses and make friends and with like-minded people. And so I enjoyed that so much. And then she started her own business and was a female-owned first-generation business, and starting out on her own as a one-woman show and doing amazing creative things. And I knew right away that that could really help our business to hire her, because it was something that I loved to do here, was to take all of the old things in our barns and outbuildings and make displays with them and make things pretty and nice. And then when we added the flowers and people wanted to come out for photos, making photo ops out of them. And Lindsay just took it to a whole nother level, because the more responsibilities I was taking on at the farm, the more I didn't have time to do all of that myself. And I knew I needed help. And then the first year was so fun, but every single year gets better because we add more and more. And now she knows our farm so well. She knows the big things. She can just go in and kind of treasure hunt. And I think the best thing about hiring Deliciously Ordinary to transform the farm in the fall is that she will take things here that I see every day and she will turn them into something that never would have came to my mind. I'm a little bit too close to it sometimes. And the other thing is Lindsay is a lot younger than me. And so she can kind of tap into that younger audience and knows more what's hip and trendy and cool. And so she'll help. She came up with the big swing this year in front of the sunflowers and gave me a picture of it. And we had a local contractor here in Alto Pass build it. But that was the brainchild of Lindsay and so many other ideas.
I'm gonna have to bring that up just in case people didn't see that on the when I shared everything earlier. But her, give me a second. This right here, this is what we're talking about, right?
Yes, this big giant sunflower swing.
Gorgeous. Absolutely. And everyone had so much fun getting their photos taken with this. This is, and I love the Sunchild. That's so cute. With the sunflowers.
And we used another woman-owned business for those handmade signs. Yeah.
Really? Do you happen to remember who that is?
Yeah, Emily Eisert, and it's Bonfires and Wine. And she started making our wooden signs last year. And I've already sent her a list of signs I need this year. And met with Lindsay about some other decor that we're going to do this year and things to add and new ideas. So
she also puts together these like little vignettes by the sign as well, right? The little selfie spots.
Yeah.
Is that a tub?
Lindsay, yes, that's the original Rendleman clawfoot bathtub from this house that I'm sitting in. And it was in a back room after they remodeled the bathroom years ago. Then that was put in a back room and full of junk. And we drug that out and made it a display.
I love that. Oh my goodness. And then let me come back up here. This is the road trips, this door. Is this one of the brainchilds that you guys came up with?
Yes. I actually had seen that door here and Wayne dug it out and got it ready. And I painted the road trips and donuts, and then she took the matching door and painted some flowers on there and some pricing signs for the zinnias. And then she takes those doors and places them around the farm. She'll turn them into a photo op and add fabulous stuff to them. So yeah,
I love that.
We'll collaborate on the ideas, bounce ideas off of each other. I'll try to give a list of old things we have lying around, and she'll help me kind of reimagine what that can be. And this year we did that old truck, which was a 1974 International. It was our first refrigerated box truck here, and it was not running anymore. It had been junked and parked behind an old barn here forever. And I kept wanting to make a stage out of it. And I kept wanting to do something with that old truck because it still had our name on it and everything. And this past year, we decided, I finally talked Wayne into dragging that truck out, and we decided to make that into a big platform. And so we hired that same local contractor, and he built the safety rails around it. And steps up to it. And then Lindsay with Deliciously Ordinary transformed that with all the decor and the signage and making it beautiful all around. And she'll just put her little magic on there and make it Instagram worthy.
I want to look and see if I can find it on your main post. I didn't see it in the tag ones, but I actually had a couple friends that wanted to go out there, and we did some photos by the truck, and it was such a nice platform. It was like what I love about it is that you can really just get a variety of photos, and it sounds it, it's just really interesting because there really is an importance of people to have a place to gather and to take beautiful pictures. It's not
Oh,
just, I know it's the Instagram age and all that, but I mean, these are beautiful times to be alive. And I think that there's something to be said about having a place that you can go and create new memories with people, and just experience that location and get some good pictures of it. So you guys have done a fantastic job offering that to this area.
Thanks. I think that's one of the biggest compliments that we actually have here at the farm is when people tell us that they chose our business to spend their free time at and to come out, but meet their family and do their family pictures out here, and bring professional photographers out to take their family pictures. And some people will have their milestone photos out here, their engagement pictures, their wedding pictures, their senior pictures, prom pictures, to be included in people's most important days of their lives is very humbling and touching. And we just, love that.
Oh, I love that so much too. Okay, so Russell Williams wrote a comment over here on my personal page, and he says, Michelle, would you consider having an outlet store in downtown Marion or selling your products in downtown store that features local food and wine?
Well, that would sound really enticing, and I had never thought of that, actually. I always say never.
Never say never.
Yeah, but literally right here, we have had our hands full. Last year, we had just a record number of people here, and we were really just hiring people like crazy to help, because with the pandemic, the flower fields turned out to be the perfect place.
Oh my gosh.
That people felt safe, and so they could actually come here and not be too worried. And we opened up, when that happened and we saw what was going on, we ended up opening up some outdoor checkout stations so that people who, really didn't feel like they could come inside the market would be able to be outdoor and get peaches outside and cut flowers and get their photos and feel like they had a little bit of normalcy in their lives. So I've had my plate pretty full with that, but thanks, Russell, for that great idea and that confidence in us, and even wanting us in your community too. We certainly appreciate that.
Oh my gosh, we would love that. Sounds like you guys need a brainstorm. So,
Exactly.
I will say, like, I went out to your farm. I forget. It was when the sunflower fields were in full bloom. Went out there to meet with some friends, and I was like, am I going to be able to go in? I felt like I was going to a rock concert. Like, I am not joking. And I'm not joking, because the line, and I like pull up and I'm like, I don't even think there's going to be room for me. And actually Wayne happened to be right there at the entry. It's like, where do I park? And he helped me find a spot. Luckily I have a really tiny car. So he helped me wiggle, find a spot to wiggle my car in. And I mean, the crowd was, like, it didn't feel unsafe, during the pandemic, and we were outside, but there were just so many people that, like, probably hadn't been there before. So this was an opportunity for people to discover you as well.
We gained a lot of new customers that normally would be doing other things. They might be doing traveling ball, or they might be at, their families doing summer vacations and camps, and all those things that were canceled. Actually got people out to the farm and connected them to their local farmers more. And it wasn't just us, all the farms saw really record number of people supporting them. And that was, it was heartwarming to us, and it was good for us, but it also made us feel good that we could be a place that people felt comfortable to go, and that I felt like we put a lot of resources into making it safe.
Yeah.
And we had a lot of team members here that helped us do that. You're all of a sudden implementing all of these new things, and it's a little bit hectic to keep up with at first because you don't have systems for those new processes and procedures. And so you're kind of learning all that and doing it and coming up with it on the fly. But I felt like it went really, really well. Things went well with our customers and also even with our employees. Really, my first and foremost concern was with our employees that they would feel safe. And so we did everything there. And yeah, we ended up hiring an extra person on the weekends to manage the door and make sure that we didn't have too many people inside at once. And so we ended up getting a lot more food trucks out here and gave people more room to spread out and to have something to do, but be a little bit more spread out. And it worked out really well. Everything except we laughed and said, we never knew that an 800-acre farm could run out of parking, but
it did.
Yeah. So this year, that's one of the big improvements that we're going to be making is we have hired E.T. Simons to come out and design and asphalt a new parking lot.
Oh,
that's great news.
Big. That's awesome.
Congrats on that.
Yeah, we're excited about that. It's time. We need things striped and to be able to get in as many cars up close as possible. But also something that has really been weighing on me is, we add the flower fields and we added a lot more things in the market and redesigned our market. And I really worry about the senior citizen crowd being able to walk on uneven ground and gravel and that sort of thing to get into the market and around, and also families with that might have some family member in a wheelchair. So some handicapped folks, making it a little bit easier for them to park up close and get inside and get around easier. And then also people with strollers, all these mamas struggling holding pumpkins and flowers and strollers. And so I'm hoping that this new parking lot will be a great addition and improvement here to the property.
Yeah, I love that.
Well, I love how you're so mindful of all the diversity in your customers and their abilities and that sort of thing, because that's so important. Accessibility is so important for customers and for a business. So I love that you're mindful of that. Michelle, I could literally talk to you forever. Like, I would keep you on here until midnight.
All night.
So I just want to be mindful of your time. We're 12 minutes past 9. And I just really appreciate you taking the time to get on here and to have this conversation. We need the part 2 because I feel like there's just so much wisdom that you have with marketing, obviously, but just customers, which is the most important part of any business. And you really know, and you and Rendleman Orchards as a whole, the whole team really knows how to make people feel welcomed, how to make them feel loved and valued. And I think that is the most important thing any business can do. So I admire all that you do.
Thank you. I have a lot of support here. Like I said, our team members are doing all the stuff behind the scenes to make the customer experience good. And Wayne and his parents and his family is always diving in to just do all the behind the scenes things here that most people don't see them out doing it. They're doing it behind the scenes. So it's a big help. And one thing I wanted to mention too before we sign off is I'm working with Brittany Brainstorm and
this is true.
This year. I'm excited about that. That's something else. I'm really wanting to improve our online experience and our website. And so I've hired Brittany to redesign our website. And she's also helped me with a lot of marketing ideas, given me a blueprint to go from. And that is invaluable to have young entrepreneurs like yourself that also know different demographics and what's trending and what's popular, and give me different perspective from outside of my little bubble here.
Oh, well, thank you so much for that. I didn't have you on here to say all that, but I'll take it. I absolutely, like I said, big fan of Michelle Sirles, big fan of Rendleman Orchards, love everything you guys do. And really, I mean, you think about what you've accomplished already so far, and with times, you know, there's always growth for any business. It doesn't matter what kind it is. So what you've done with it, what someone might think, oh, it's just a farm, but what you've done for agriculture, what you've done for local produce in Southern Illinois, and the experiences is really definitely something to be commended. And actually, so I have a couple more comments here I want to make sure you hear before we sign off. Jessica Stern says, Michelle Sirles is the absolute best, with lots of exclamation points. And yes, we agree, Jessica. And Amy Wigfall says, great interview. Michelle is awesome. Such an amazing business leader. Absolutely agree with that, Amy. Thank you for watching with us tonight. So Michelle, real quick, I just want you to tell people like how they can connect with you, you know, how they can get involved with Rendleman's, and then we'll set you free.
Well, I want to thank everybody for tuning in with us tonight and listening to our story, and following Brittany Brainstorm and supporting all of these business owners, and especially myself. I feel all of the support and the love from Southern Illinois, and it inspires us to continue to add and do new things because it's been well received, and we just appreciate that so much. And in the off season right now, if you want to connect with me, you can email me at michelle@rendlemanorchards.com, or you can go to rendlemanorchards.com and shop our online store, or mostly just follow our story and our journey on Facebook and Instagram.
That's right. And you can find them, Rendleman Orchards, your Rendleman Orchards across all platforms.
Yes.
You guys do an amazing job. And I'm going to add one more thing, and it's that every year on my birthday, like I said earlier, I go to the farm market, I get my peach smoothie. I'm a July baby. Peaches are my thing. And I stock up on peaches for the summer. And it literally, like, I don't want to go anywhere else for my birthday. Like, me and my mom, we get in the car and we literally drive to Rendleman's, and then we just have a nice fun day in Union County, and then just kind of trickle around to small businesses all the way back home. And that brings me joy. And so I'm July 6th, I'm going to be there, but I also have to remember that smoothies are on the weekend. So I have to, sometimes I'm there for the peaches, but I'll go back for a smoothie if I miss the weekend. Oh, Natalie with Fringe and Free says, I ordered my shirt.
Oh, cute.
That's so nice.
Natalie.
We appreciate that.
Thank you, Natalie.
I follow her on Instagram.
She's so inspiring as well. I have to say, I feel very spoiled that I've gotten to meet so many amazing business owners, whether we work together or not. Me and Casey are just like cheerleaders. We love to see what everyone's doing, and it's just great. It's a great time to be alive and to do what you love, you know. So, Michelle, thank you so much. We really appreciate your time.
That was nice meeting you finally.
Yes, very nice to meet you, Casey, and I look forward to working with you on the website and such.
Definitely.
Yes, much.
All right, well, tell Wayne we said hello as well, and you and your family have a wonderful rest of your week, almost the weekend. So
I will, and too, and thanks for having me on. I appreciate it.
Thank you. All right, goodbye, everyone.
Bye.
Bye.